Hello and welcome to the 6th part of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition bonus campaign blind playthrough by Old Man Namazu. In the last episode we've arrived back in the impound lot and take out the payment for the mission to save or extract one girl which was experimented on by the Fuji Corporation. And today we will be into the underwater research lab by our submarine. So, without hesitation, let's start with this optional quest today. Namazu. The trip to Lee's loaned minisub is uneventful, as is transit to the area near Hong Kong where Shadowrun has built their research laboratory. The sub descends swiftly, and you are kept company by the hissing of the oxygen scrubbers and the occasional ping of active sonar striking your hull. As you near the coordinates of the lab, Jomo begins switching off all but the most essential of systems. After a few minutes, brighter light filters through the portholes as you ascend into a moon pool, and there is a dull thud as the facility's clamp closes around the sub to lift it free. Continue. So, our party for today is Duncan, Gubbet and Raktar, and we will have to find the... Germ Warfare Lab. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. The submarine base smells like a hospital, antiseptic and sterile, despite the presence of seawater. The sharp scent of rubbing alcohol intermingles with the metallic weight of stainless steel, dominating your sense of smell and drowning out everything else. The floor vibrates faintly under your feet, a soft electrical buzz likely emanating from the electronics packed behind the facility's wall. You can hear the hum all around you, like the droning sound of 1,000 tiny wings. I was expecting something a little more grand for an underwater super lab. You asked Jomo, he delivered. Welcome to Shadowrun's foremost bioengineering labs. Great location, huh? I'll lock the door once you leave this room to keep uninvited guests away from our sub. This bay isn't on the same level as the labs, but there should be an elevator that you can deeper into this sea hive. Some trams too, according to the blueprints. Go, do your job. I will keep the sub prepped and ready for your return. But places like this, they make me uncomfortable. Too clean. Try not to keep Jomo waiting too long. The Germ Warfare Lab shouldn't be too hard to find, right? I mean, how many labs can we really fit into an underwater metal bubble? He slips a clip into his rifle. Probably not many. Security is gonna be tight, though. They're gonna shoot on sight, so let's make sure that we shoot them first. We all know what we have to do. Let's get to it. Okay, seems like there is nothing here. So let's go through the door right away. Jomo has promised closed the door, locked the door behind us, so we will have to move a little bit around and hopefully find something. Duncan grunts, stopping dead in his tracks. Look over there, guards. Why can't anything be easy? I don't think we're gonna be able to get past them without a fight. At least we have to drop on them. Maybe they're asleep at that wheel. I say that we try to slip past. No way, just look at them in there. They're positioned all around the doorway. He jerks a thumb in the guard's general direction. Look, I'm as big a fan of setting things non-violently as the next guy, but trying to waltz in there peacefully isn't gonna work. Now, get with the program, FH. It's go time. Okay, let's do it then. Or not? I cannot speak with anyone. Let's do that. Mr. Memo. Koschei first, no sound. Well, let's do super speed. And better chance of hitting. Oh, what was that? Oh, here is a mage. Okay, at least he's asleep. And no way. Let's use it this time. Ouch! That was pretty hard hit. Well, let's pierce a little bit the armor from the guy. That's a good. And let's down the mage. The table displays circuitry diagrams for some kind of neural cyberware. Okay. Oh, I completely missed this one. Nothing here? Nope. Let's see if there is anything behind the door. An assassin. Well... let's do this. And... missed. Mr. Memo needs to go here to check the computers. Then go bed. Let's use this as well. Let's finish him off. Nope. Let's do it this way. The computer is unusable. Woohoo. Well, let's try to hit him. And missed. Woohoo. Let's finish him. Oh, nice, the computer is again usable. So let's go with Memo. A large computer system, most likely used for advanced software programming. Thick, bullet-resistant plexiglass forms the laboratory walls. This terminal has been left unlocked and is currently logged into a Junior Lab Technician's user account. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Gamma 4 NX Neural Engineering Studio, Mail Server Archive. Admin 1, Combat Persona Progress, Admin 2, Deep Cover Operatives. Select the first message thread. Chunk, how are we coming with the next revision of the Reaper Persona Fix chips? Yamada says that the cyberware suit adjustments have been made, and I'm anxious to get them into preliminary testing before the month is out. If anything is blocking you, let me know. I'll get you what you need right away. J. Gay, Senior Researcher. Everything is on schedule. We had to take some of the sleep cycle subroutines out and revise them in simulation. They were adversely affecting norepinephrine production, and our subjects weren't generating the hostility levels that we were looking for. We should have the new chips already next few days. After that, we can run a few subjects in live tests. Do you have a preferred locale in mind? Dr. Cheng, Neural Engineering Team Lead. I'll have to check with the transport division, but I'm guessing that Sham Shui Po is our best bet. Any tests that we conduct will get written off as the kind of random violence that's endemic among the sinless population there. We don't want the authorities, or heaven forbid, another megacorp taking an interest in the tests we're running. J. and Gay, Senior Researcher. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, blah blah blah. Select the second message thread. I have a progress update for our Project Silver Dream subjects that are already out in the field, Dr. Ngai. Subjects 108, 33772, and 210 have all been inserted into their new lives and have been making regular check-ins via their assigned matrix drops. Details as follows. Subject 108's new identity is as a motor pool mechanic with Komatsu Limited, specifically their Korean mining operation branch. 108's exposure to sensitive data is limited, but he's providing us with a great deal of inside information about Komatsu's logistics and supply chain, as well as the prospective future mining expansions. Subject 337 is an executive assistant to a middle manager at Crash Card Medical Services. She is providing us with a wealth of recorded meeting data, and we're learning a lot about weak links and Crash Card's management chain. Number 72 has been hired as a software engineer by Transys Neuron Asia. He's initiated a data siphon, albeit a slow one. Reports indicate that our deeper programming has encouraged him to earn the trust of his new coworkers before stepping up the rate of data transfer. Lastly, number 210 is working in the security division of Yakashima's Shanghai offices. As a Reaper chip recipient, we have the ability to trigger his skill protocol at any time. Let me know if and when you want to test that out. Given the nature of his job duties, it should prove to be a very effective test. Dr. Cheng, Neural Engineering Team Lead. This is fucked up. They're doing some kind of chip-based mind control down here, making sleeper agents, turning people into puppets. All the more reason to get this done quickly and get the hell out. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu. And time to exit. Okay, let's continue a little bit further into the facility then. Cyberware Research Terminal. Let's check this first before shooting. The lab computer's monitor glows brightly, awaiting your input. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Gamma 4 NX Neural Engineering Studio, Mail Servers, Archives, Admin 1, Custom Requests, Admin 2, Silver Dream Resources, Admin 3, Medical Closed Access. Select the first archived message. Kendrick, I need a favor from you. I need you to get me one of the non-Reaper subjects from Project Silver Dream. It should be somebody who would be good for a blue-collar job in a cafe or a restaurant or something like that. Wipe the subject's chip clean, say for the basics. We'll need to build a custom identity from the ground up. J and Gay, senior researcher. Give me a day to clear the paperwork with central control. Won't take more than 5 minutes to clear the personifics for Water's lobby pool. Are you looking for any cyberware in particular? If so, that might complicate things. Most of our subjects have had pre-assigned suits installed for testing purposes. T. Kendrick, Silver Dream, Logistic Officer. As long as the subject has relatively unobtrusive implants, it should be fine. No visible combat augmentations or obvious cyberware, nothing like that. Use your best judgment. I have to work a few things out with Tank and Pathology, so you can take your time on this. There's no rush. J and Gay, Senior Researcher. Good to know. I think I have one that will work. Number 91. Human male, late 20s, average height. His only obvious implants are a jetjack and an ordinary cyberlock. Pre-existing too, so it's not one of our upgraded models. I'll have him prepared. T. Kendrick, Silver Dream Logistic Officer. Select the second archived message. Project Silver Dream Asset Accounting and Disposition. Active 41 subject, field 29 subjects, inactive killed 416 subject. Wow, a lot. Acquisition. Subjects have been acquired from across the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone. Primary locations are Aberdeen, Yau Yat Chuan, Kwun Tong, and Kowloon City. Within the recent laws of the walled city, Kowloon has become a less attractive location for subject acquisition. Future possibilities include expansion to Shenzhen, Indonesia, and Shanghai. To date, approximately 71% of chosen subjects have been sinless, 23% possessed a criminal sin, and 6% possessed a standard sin. Given these numbers, it is unsurprising there has been no official investigation into the subject's whereabouts. However, Project Silver Dream personnel must take care not to draw attention to the project by recruiting too heavily from the same neighborhoods. Sir, select the third archived message. Anybody here know the door code for the medical closet in Delta 25? One of the handlers got his finger smashed in the door, and he'd lost a lot of blood before the tram could get him back to Gamma 4. Speaking of which, does it seem kind of stupid to anyone else that we look up the medical closets? What gives? B. Chu, Drone Research. Gee, let me think. There isn't a lot to do down here, and we've got a lot of mind-alerting substances in medical closets. Why do you suppose that we'd keep the closets locked? While you ponder that, the code's 8236. Get what you need to fix your handler's boo-boo, but if anything goes missing, you can expect Commander Gara to come knocking. Dr. Aoki, Pharmaceuticals Research. 8236 is the code. Exit. Okay. We have 3 guys here. And I went too close. Too bad. Wow. What a stupid mistake. And they have no problem killing their own. Okay. Let's do it this way. Come here, lady. Yes. Four action points, so 49, so let's first mark him and go bad, make him more accurate. As always, first move is accuracy and more movement. Okay, what do we have here? 69% slow. Let's strip him of the armor. Yes, perfect. Missed. Okay, heal him up. And one hit. So, let's do it this way. Nice. The assassin is down. Okay, where to go? First, the Conjurer, I think. Nice, nice. Two. Let's hide here. For now. Okay, Mr. Memo, target this one. You there. We have 4 of that, so let's strip him out of armor and let's try to get down that bad Conjurer. Nice. Too bad. Let's get here and shoot the drone. I'll use it on. Nope. Let's put one more on Duncan. Okay, he's asleep, so I can hit him. Let's do it this way. Nice. You hear a telecom begin to ring near the cryotanks. Let's get there. Lab keycard. Let's see. A frozen metahuman lies within this cryotank, awaiting surgery. A cyberware implantation suit, prepped and ready for a patient. Computer. A computer sits unmanned, ready to receive input. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Gamma 4 Annex, Cyberware Implantation Clinic, Mail Server, Laboratory Archives, Admin 1 Biosafety Level 4 Prep, Admin 2 Cyberware Packages. Select the first archived lab email. Dang, make sure subject number 91 gets moved to one of the hot labs, minimum biosafety level 4. Once we're done with him in there, we'll need to move him out in a cryotank until he's back on land. Nobody opens that container unless they want to be confined to cold storage themselves. J. Gay, senior researcher. Are you sure? We've spent a lot of time and money implanting experimental cyberware into those test subjects. You infect them with anything from BSL-4 lab, and their life expectancy drops to a week or two tops. On that note, where is the subject going on the surface? Do we have containment team standing by? Is security in place to prevent an accidental breach? Winston Deng, logistic officer. Let me worry about all of that. You'll be covered if anything goes wrong. We're just conducting an unusual field test, that's all. Nothing for you to lose sleep over. Jane Gay, senior researcher. Duncan Gross. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Select the second archived lab email. Okay, Hank, since you're new on the project, you probably aren't aware of the various suits we've been installing into the test subjects. Buckle in and pay attention. I'm gonna to give you the basic of around known. Reaper. The Reaper suit is a chipware designed for heavily enhanced combat models. They've been given a variety of implanted weapons, musculoskeletal enhancement, and an assortment of bodywear packages to enhance their close combat capabilities. The Personafix chip keeps them docile and ensconced in whatever their fantasy life we've cooked up for them until we flip the switch. When that happens, all the hell breaks loose. Reaper carriers were designed to work as distractions, saboteurs, etc. They are no good as assassins because the methods that we use to override the amygdala prevent them from recognizing specific targets. They can discern between friends and foe, but that's about it. They won't seek out a designated target over any other given hostile. Dreamer. The Dreamer package was designed for deep cover operatives. First, we take a test subject with a superficially similar background to our projected target identity. Then we read their memories and using an assist biofeedback system and program a chip for their new life and habits. The cyberware includes a number of neural shunts, data filters, and mnemonic locks to make certain their subconscious espionage activities aren't remembered. Ghost. Last is the Ghost package, the assassination suit. The goal with this package is simple: maximum infiltration, maximum lethality. They've got vocal modulation, retinal duplication, a slew of close combat skill wires, and whatever other spyware we can cram in. They get close to a target and wait for activation. When they've been deactivated, they do whatever they need to do to get within proximity of their target, and that's when the cranial bomb detonates. Jesus, let's hope that they have a contingency plan. Exit. Another computer. This research station is unlocked, ready for your perusal. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Gamma-4 Annex Cyberware Implantation Clinic, Forums, Mail Server Forums, Admin 1, Timeline on Special Project, Maintenance 2, Items missing from Weapons Locker. Select the first forum message. How close are we on the Special Project, Chunk? I need that subject and field testing by the end of the week. Central is breathing down my neck to get results, and I'm not going to let a slowdown on your end to get me demoted. J. Gay, Senior Researcher. There's only so fast I can move, Gay. Writing the persona that you specified will take a minimum of 4 days. We could do it faster if you'd let us more people. But no, you wanted this kept to the core team. Get me some help from the cybernetics firmware team, and we should be able to move closer to your proposed timeline. Dr. Chung, Neural Engineering Team Lead. Okay, Chung, you win. You can have Deng and his 2 assistants. Deng, I want you to help Chung and with whatever he needs. This is a red ball. The end of the fiscal quarter is coming up, and I will not have another bad review. J. Gay, Senior Researcher. Got it. We'll shift priorities immediately. Winston Deng, Logistics Officer. And select the second forum message. Okay, people, we've had to change the code for the weapons locker again. Our security drones kept crashing whenever anyone inputted the previous code. QA has managed to track the problem down to an Easter egg that somebody wrote into their object recognition code. I guess that's 1337 has some significance to some joker on the engineering team. Given this new information, we changed the code to 4077. Hopefully this will resolve our random drone crashes. Why Furukawa Security Division? Exit. Okay. Weapons locker code, another. So let's check the telecom. The telecom blinks to life and the woman's face appears on the screen. The HUD below the image identifies her as Dr. Janet Tang. Below her name, the words Gamma-4 Pathogen Hot Lab appear in bold red print. It's difficult to make out the woman's features behind both the telecom screen and her hazmat mask, but her eyebrows are knit together in an angry line. She taps on the receiver. Hello, can you hear me? She leans in toward the screen, squinting. Much of her face is covered, but her clear complexion tells you that she'll probably young, in her late 20s maybe. Her mouth and jaw are hidden behind a rebreather, but you can hear the frown in her voice. All of this damned racket is making it hard to hear anything. I've got alarms are blaring from every corner of my lab. I don't know what you're doing over there, but it is impossible for us to work under these conditions. Her voice gets louder, angrier. I swear, if this is another impromptu drill, do you know how much progress I've made on HN 539? Do you? Almost none. I'm barely a quarter of the way into this thing, if that, and I've got a deadline to meet. Everything is fine over here, Doctor. Probably just another security drill. I swear, if those midget at base 11 ever want this antimicrobial finished, I'm gonna need. She recalls with a start, then leans in, blinking. Hey, you're not security. Yes, I am. Screen resolution is just too low. It's me, Kendrick. I'm not an idiot. Kendrick's in logistic, not security. You, however. The doctor's eyes widen and she leans back. I don't know you. Gubbett's eyes dart back and forth between you and the screen. I think that she's getting suspicious. The doctor blinks as if trying to confirm what she's seeing and turns to look at something behind her. When she turns back to the screen, her expression is stern. I don't know what you're doing here, but you'd better stay where you are. The sincerity of her words is undercut by the tremor in her voice. Gubbet raises one hand off her mouth and makes a crackling noise akin to radio static. Between breaths, she speaks loud, muffled words into her hand. Sorry, you're cutting out. Must be something wrong with the connection. Can't hear you. I'm warning you. Things will get ugly fast if you try to leave the sector you're in. You see her hands tremble as she slaps the receiver. The telecom screen crackles and goes black. No use. We're losing you. When Goblet realizes the transmission is over, she lowers her hand and studies the hut. She looks hopefully at you. Thinks she about it? Oh yeah, definitely. With a toothy grin, she holds a thumb and gives you a wink. Professionals. Oh yeah, sure. Okay, I probably a little bit messed up, because that I should have been rather quiet, but well, let's go through the door and see. What's in the tram? This is clear, but the weapons locker with 4077. The door hisses open. Let's see. A voltaic grenade, an advanced grenade which releases an electric shock in the surrounding area, does 14 HP damage and 3 AP damage. Ah. Let's use it this way. And Nemesis arms gyrojet pistol. A pistol that fires 14mm rocket rounds inaccurate at close range. Let's take it into the stash. We'll sell it. No one can use it. Some test subjects here. Row upon row of man-sized pods line the walls of this room. Each pod contains a single occupant, man and woman bound by restraints, all of them apparently asleep. The people in the pods seem almost peaceful in their slumber. They occasionally twitch and sway, but otherwise they remain motionless. Examine the nearest pod. You lean in to get a closer look. The sleeper inside has the weathered, craggy features that you come to associate with street-level living, but he's wearing a surprising amount of chrome for a homeless man. Ugly welts and bruises mottle his skin, and a handful of fresh wounds paint his torso. The incisions on his torso are surprisingly neat and clean. A recent surgery, perhaps. Upon closer inspection, you see a slim braided cable that stretches from the wall to the sleeping man's data jack. The other end of the cable has been hooked to a nondescript shy-ways device that has been integrated into the pod. Glancing down the line of pods, you can see that all of the sleepers are connected to their pods in a similar fashion. Gobet's hands shoot up to her mouth. She looks like she might be sick. Well, that's disgusting. These poor people. This isn't science. It's a damned metahuman testing facility. Christ, look at them. There's no way they're here by choice. Duncan turns to you. This is what they're all about, Memu. Corpse like shyways. They don't give a shit about metahuman rights or lives, and nothing says it better than what we're seeing now. If only there were some way to get them out of here. Well, we'll see. This one is locked. Something clanks nearby. The sound reverberates in the still air, stretching and lengthening into a persistent hum. It sounds a bit like the ambient drone of an air circulation system, but as you listen, it grows louder. It gradually dawns on you that the noise isn't coming from the walls, but from the pods that protrude from them. Duncan takes a step back, his hand instinctively reaching for the weapons at his side. What the hell is that? There is another loud clank, and you catch a hint of motion in the pod nearest to you. The pod's occupant, a battered troll, riddled with chrome, shifts uneasily against his restraints. As you watch, those restraints disconnect. The troll's eyes slide open. His face twists into a hateful snarl. They've got him brainwashed or something. Look into his eyes, Memu. There's nothing going on in there. A monitor near you flickers to life. A nervous-looking Dr. Tang addresses you, eyes darting frantically around the room. I can't allow you to progress any further. Shyways has invested millions of yuan in the research in this lab. I can't let you threaten it. If you try to get any closer, I'm going to have to stop you. I've seen what you're doing to these people, Doc. I'm gonna put a stop to your research permanently. Nope, don't make this more difficult than it has to be. I'm coming to your lab, whether you want me to or not. I can't let you do that. I can't. She looks to the right, just off screen, and makes a slicing gesture with her right hand. She hisses to somebody off camera. I gave you the signal. Open the doors, damn it. Wake the damned things. The troll peers at you through red, vacant eyes. The door of his pod slides open, and like a chain reaction, several other pods follows suit. There is an explosion of motion from the pods, and the subjects contained within charge you like a pet of rabid beasts. Uh-oh. Okay, so again, speed and accuracy. Not much. Good. And let's summon the spirit. Okay. The biggest one is this troll, so let's go for him first. And nice hit. Uh-oh. Missed. Not good. Oh, 10 damage. 20 is fine. Another 20 is okay. And the spirit is gone. So let's do it this way. Woohoo. Anyway, do we have? We have. Heal him up to max and let's shoot. And now let's cut. You turn to see Dr. Tango watching the scene from the telecom. Her face visibly pales as the final test subjects fall to the floor. She splutters, barely able to form a coherent sentence. I can't. All of them? She stares bug-eyed into the camera, her pupils fitting back and forth as she takes in the carnage on her screen. But they were supposed to be killing machines. Their cyberware was top of the line. You're going to have to do better than that. All that time, all that research, gone. Tank stares vacantly at the screen, as if still processing the situation. She looks exhausted, terrified. Her skin shines with sweat. They hardly even slowed you down. She pulls herself back with a shake of her head. Her voice is weak. Look, you don't know what you're doing. How dangerous this is. Your even being here is a huge breach of every lab safety protocols on the books. But you can still turn back. The deaths of those test subjects is on you, not me. But if you do what I say, there doesn't have to be any more bloodshed. Duncan notes. You heard the man. We're in this up to your armpits already, and we've got no intention of turning back now. All that you're doing right now is pissing me off. Look, you just don't get it. I work in BSL-4 hot lab. That means that I'm surrounded by aerosolized, lethal, highly infectious pathogens. Her voice comes out in a tight rasp. Literally anything that you find in here could kill you. Horribly. Hell, half of the stuff in here could cause a global pandemic if it were to escape. Quarantine. This is more important than your damned job. She takes a deep breath, then releases it into the mic. Look, I don't expect you to listen to me, but I'm going to say it one last time. It would be in everyone's best interest for you to turn back, especially yours. She cuts the transmission and her face winks out across the various street screens in the room. Well, we'll see about that. This is still locked. Another tram? Huh. I'm wondering if there is a chance to get there somehow. Well, let's continue. There is nothing near the doors. So yeah, just take the tram. Terminal. The door is sealed tight, and access panel beside it flashes red. Laboratory Gamma 4 quarantine security lockdown engaged. Access level Omega 4 required for entry. Rector loosely motions towards the door. Try the key card that you picked up earlier, my friend, if memory serves. It should get us through the door. Swipe the key card. You lift the card to the slot, but before you can slide it through, the figure of a frightened woman erupts onto the scanner screen. Dr. Janet Tang. I told you before, you can't come in here. Her breaths come in tight, panicked gasps. She's doing her best to stay calm, but she's clearly terrified. I don't like repeating myself, so listen, please. This lab is restricted for a reason. Beside the obvious fact that it is full of deadly contagions, it also contains highly sensitive and very expensive equipment that only trained scientists can handle. You barge in here and mishandle a single vial, and you will, in all the likelihood, infect yourself with whatever inside. That would be a disaster, and I mean that quite literally. Guess you'd better give me some incentive not to mishandle any vials then. Beads of sweat trace their way down her forehead. Are you joking? Or are you just crazy? How many times do I have to tell you what will happen if you come in here and make a mistake? Rector scoffs at her. Come now, Doctor. Given the remote access precautions that the labs take, I seriously would doubt that exposure is a serious risk. If this is anything like the labs that we had back in Russia, anything that could pose a serious threat is hidden behind rows of negative pressure safety nets and accessible only via remote-operated Waldo frames. I'll try to keep the lab intact, but no promises? No. Then I didn't come this far just to turn back now. Okay, game saved. Anything here? Nope. I'm wondering where is the medical closet locked down. Dr. Janet Tang stands firm. Given the situation, she looks remarkably well composed. She waits calmly as you approached, her shoulders held rigid and her arms crossed over her chest. Her two associates shuffle awkwardly behind her, their hands shaking. They both look terrified. I told you not to come in. You shouldn't be in here. Her tone is firm, but there's a slight tremor in her voice. Listen to me, you made a horrible mistake. One wrong move, and you'll release God knows what into the room. If you work with me instead of against me, we can all live in one piece. She raises her hands in a calming gesture. I understand, and we're willing to cooperate with you to move things along faster. We all want to get out of here alive. So, this is me cooperating. You tell me what you want and I'll give it to you. No more arguments. Tell me about the super disease that you're cooking up in here. It has a cure, right? The doctor blinks at you. Her voice goes cold. You're talking about pathogen GT0009 SARS-3. That's the one. Tell me about it. I can't. I'm sorry, but all information on GTO, she cuts herself off. I mean, SARS-3 is classified and for good reason. It's one of the worst things I've ever produced in this lab. We can't let you. Her eyes fly open. We're not here to take, you're not here to take GT0009, are you? Please, tell me that isn't what you're here for. You do. We'll see. Remember what we agreed on. Help me and no one gets hurt. Don't go back on that now. She glances at her associates, both covering behind her and shaking violently. You can hear one of them murmuring something in a language unknown to you. From the cadence of the words, you guess that it's a prayer. She exhales slowly through her rebreather. All right, I'll tell you everything I know. SARS-3 is a category for lethal pathogen. It's 99.98% fatal, excruciatingly painful, and it kills within a matter of weeks. As of right now, the only cure is a prototype antibody treatment. We're still working on fine-tuning it. In case you haven't been paying attention, I'm going to say this one more time. SARS-3 is terrible. It's easily the cruelest, most infectious and most lethal thing ever to have come out of this lab. It cannot be allowed out into the wild. I want to know more about how SARS-3 kills. The disease works by replicating the identifying features of white blood cells. It tricks the immune system into ignoring it, and then it self-replicates at an exponential rate. During this early phase, while it's colonizing the body, a patient doesn't experience any overt symptoms, just a mild temperature and an elevated white cell count. That's it. She pauses. Are you sure that you want me to go on? It's pretty gruesome. Keep it coming. Alright, okay, here we go. Once the virus has thoroughly colonized the host, it begins a devastating attack on the body. It rapidly infects epithelial cells, inserting its own RNA at such a tremendous rate that the cell membranes rupture, spewing cytoplasm and virions into surrounding cells. By the time the attack has begun, the damage dealt is almost immediate, irreversible. What kind of damage are we talking about? What does the thing actually do to people? The virus induces a hypersensitivity reaction in its host, lungs filled with mucus and sputum, leading to hypoxia. Victims drown in their own fluids. We spent a long time developing GT0009. The secret was hybridizing the standard SARS coronavirus with the third strain of virally induced toxic allergy syndrome, VITES-3. That's why standard treatments won't work. That's goddamn horrible. Yeah, well, don't want to be an I told you so, but she shrugs. It's a bioweapon. They don't have much deterrent value if they aren't horrible. She sighs, her eyelids heavy. Anyway, there you have it. SARS-3, my baby. I'm not exactly proud of having made it. Tell me about the cure. How do we fix somebody who's been exposed? We developed a strain of monoclonal antibodies in tandem with the disease. It isn't perfect, but it works. That's the only cure. I was attacked by some test subject of yours on my way here. Care to tell me anything about that? Thanks. I scanned the ground at her feet. I suppose that there's no withholding information at this point, is there? Nope. You can see the doctor's cheeks pull downward as she frowns beneath her mask. She nods her head somberly. The two researchers behind the doctor mimic her gesture, their heads bobbing up and down like a couple of pigeons. They're part of a study called Project Silver Dream. Each subject has been implanted with a prototype BTL chip. The goal of the project is to create a perfect switch for sleeper agents and spies, one that can remain undetected by current scanning and identification technology. As of right now, the project is still in early testing. Our subjects are more often used as a test beds for new cyberware, while the Silver Dream BTL chips is being refined. A necessary adaptation, considering that our field experiments have only achieved partial success thus far. Unfortunately, we haven't always been able to maintain complete control over the test subjects. The Silver Dream team is still working on that. You ran in when the test subject wasn't an accident. I'm sure that you'd figured that out already. It was a hasty decision on my end. You already know why I did it. They were the only thing standing between you and my lab, and I was trying to avoid a containment breach. I stand by that decision for what it's worth. These test subjects of yours, is there any way to disconnect them from whatever you're feeding into their heads? The program runs on a delicate framework. Casual tinkering with the system could be dangerous, not just for our machines, but for the subjects as well. If you really want to disconnect the test subjects, there's a particular order that you need to do it in. First, you'll need to disconnect the matrix interlocks, then you'll need to initiate a supervised read of the Simpson feeds. Trying to do anything with the subjects without observing the proper procedures would be disastrous. If I were to try it myself without help and the proper permissions, I'd probably flub it. That would in turn trigger the station's matrix defenses, which would only make a bad situation worse. If you want to do anything with those test subjects, knock yourself out, but don't expect me to help. I know when I'm in over my head. Cough, you know, those test subjects looked a little pale, maybe even thick. Do you think? The doctor instinctively raises her hands to cover her mouth and nose. You can't be serious. If they were infected, then... Her eyes dart back and forth as she runs through the variables in her head. No, you should be fine. It takes more exposure than a shared space. If you had prolonged exposure, maybe, but no. The risk is 1 in a million. You're fine. And what about this facility? Can it really keep your projects safely inside? I want details. Well, nothing's ever completely foolproof, but any project as sensitive as ours requires a lot of very careful controls and strict adherence to procedure. Shadowrun is very strict about safety for obvious reasons. She begins ticking off items on her fingers. Reducing the number of potential exposures is one way that we'd prepared for an outbreak scenario. We run on a skeleton crew, maybe 200 workers at most. As you can imagine, living down here for long periods can be difficult, and people rarely acclimate enough to last more than a couple of months. To prevent our projects from suffering, Shadowrun cycles its employees out every 14 weeks. There are no break days while working the underwater cycle, but we're greatly compensated during our off month. Still, people find a way to get bored, so we try not to keep anyone on staff that we don't need. Most of our security and manual labor is handled by drones. We still have a few flesh and blood security personnel. I think that Commander Gara's been down here longer than anybody, but mostly it's all drones for the blue-collar work. The doctor gives you a sideways look. This can be why you broke into my lab, I guess. That I can understand how you might be curious about an underwater laboratory, but I don't know all about much, really. Only what I've told you. Could any of the Silver Dream test subjects have been infected with SARS-3? No. No way. There isn't researchers on the station who would do such a thing. She stops as if stricken by a thought. Wait, Dr. Gay came to me a couple months ago asking for a SARS-3 sample. I didn't think it was unusual at the time. All of us in Gamma 4 need the occasional sample for further studies, but... But what? As far as I know, I never received his report on that sample. The sample itself was never returned either. The way that our system works, it's impossible to take or return samples without our computers logging the transaction, which means he either still has it or he used it somehow. The last of the color drains from Tank's face. His numbers were slipping too. We were contacted by the board not long before he requested the sample, but I can't imagine he'd be desperate enough to use it in such a risky and uncontrolled environment on such a valuable subjects. I have to concede that it's a possibility, though. I've heard enough. No, there's just the matter of what to do with you and your team. She raises her arms, palms toward you. She's sweating. Wait. Just wait. Before you do anything, please listen. We aren't bad people. We're scientists who were assigned a dreadful task, and who did what they had to do to keep their jobs. That kind of thing happens to everybody. I'll bet that it's even happened to you once or twice. Please, don't hold our professionalism against us. Let us go, and maybe we can do some good out there. We'll find a different corporation to work for and better projects to pursue. Don't kill us. I'm not like you, Doc. I don't kill unless I have to, and I don't make excuses for myself when I do. No, take your men and get out of here. Janet's head jolts up in surprise. Her associates look at each other as if they expecting you to change your mind, or maybe convinced your words are a trick. She takes a step forward. Her voice stutters. I don't know what to say. I didn't think you'd... Thank you for sparing us. I won't forget this. and they are gone. Duncan grunts as Tank and her researcher pass through the door. Not much else we could have gotten from them anyway. Anyone else want to get the hell out of here? With the sterilization countdown running, the Silver Dream tugs on our heels, and whatever horrible diseases might be floating around, the sub is sounding awfully nice about now. Our client requested a cure, Duncan. We cannot leave before finding it. It should be somewhere within this laboratory, likely under a heavy guard, given what Dr. Tank told us. The flashing light of a nearby console catches your eye. With a steady click, the handful of monitors mounted around the lab display an unfamiliar face. Attention all staff, this is Commander Gara. I've ordered a red level security lockdown due to a facility intrusion. All personnel should drop whatever they're doing and report to the safe rooms in Sector 9 immediately. This security breach has triggered an automated sterilization sweep. In 30 minutes' time, a squadron of drones will deoxygenate the premises to prevent the escape of any loose pathogens. If you haven't reported to Sector 9 by the time you're done, you will not survive the sweep. Siren blares over the intercoms as the lab's monitors replace Commander's Gara hard features with a countdown timer. Moments later, a computer-generated voice activates. Matrix system wiped. Initiated. Sterilization system on standby. All personnel report to Sector 9. Well, they couldn't spell it out for us any clearer than that. If we stay, we die. The Namazu sector commanders will no doubt have localized raids for the trams. We'll need to eliminate them to escape. Let's not die. But what about all those test subjects? They didn't choose this fate. Shiaways made a decision for them. So, should we lock them up or set them free? Your call, Mamu. Once the Matrix lockdown is in place, we'll lose the opportunity to do anything regarding the test subjects. Every computer down here will be encrypted to hell and back. If you want to intervene on the test subjects' behalf, either to set them free or lock them away for safekeeping, we'll need to do it before that timer is up. Objective complete, find the General Warfare Lab, retrieve the cure, and optional override Silver Dream metric servos and disengage Silver Dream Simpsons feed. Defeat the Hot Lab security forces. Rounds until system shutdown. 5. Okay, so here is a terminal. Here is a lab safe. So let's check the lab safe. The lab safe is locked. You can't find a keyhole or any other sort of mechanism that could open it. It seems this safe may be only unlocked via the Matrix. Okay. Let's... Let's get the grenadier. Not much. Still. Okay. And you should be going down. Let's shoot the captain. SARS-3 antibodies retrieve the cure is complete. Okay, Conjurer is here. Okay, so let's put some stuff onto the drone Koshche. Let's tell Primeval. Nice. Hopefully. Let's use it on Duncan. Good. And you're gonna be kidding me. 68. Okay, let's go with Duncan here. Mage. Still some life. Nice. Not good. On that. Let's do it this way. 11, 19, 19. Missed, and he's down. Drones are still alive, but let's go here. Okay. was a nice hit. Also nice hit. You there. Get him down. Nice. Return. Let's check the laptop computer. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu. Virology Containment Laboratory. Systems Administration. Welcome, Dr. Tang. Please select from the following options. Well, not yet. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu. Virology Containment Laboratory. Maxis Access Terminal. Welcome, Dr. Tang. Check in. So... Degrade... Dual routine boost... Medic... Suppression and... Blaster. So... Let's get the drone down. It's still alive. Woohoo. Okay. We need to reload. But let's get down the drone. Okay, let's hope we can do this. Is this? Yes. Very bad. Missed. Let's get here. out of ammo. Missed. Oh man, oh man. You gotta be kidding me. Wildfire. My oh mine. Missed. You're kidding me. Okay, so 99%, how much? 175. Let's do it this way. %, 200. Nice. Huddle up safe control. Pack block ricey. You disengage the locks on the hot lab safe. Let's get here. And this will be hard. Okay, this place is okay. Okay, I found the right combination right away. That was nice. Access the master drone control mode. You quickly disable the facility's drone network. The process hiccups a few times, then launches a reboot process. A series of status message pops up. Apparently, you haven't just deleted one segment of the drone network, you sent every drone and facility into standby mode. You shouldn't have to deal with any drones-based opposition from here on out. And that's it, so let's get out. Okay, you're here. Not yet. First, the lab safe. Let's get down this captain. Defeated the hot lab security forces. Objective complete. Objective edit. Escape. Let's get to lab safe. The lab safe is unlocked. Seems the matrix was the key to opening it. Rows of chilled wheels sit on racks and the safe's refrigerated interior. Duncan reaches in, finds the appropriate vial and pockets it. P data SARS-3 disease sample. Okay. Now... let's check the research terminal. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Virology Containment Laboratory, Systems Administration. Welcome, Dr. Tank. Please select from the following options. Override the Simpsons feeds. Command selected. Are you sure you want to override the Simpsons feeds? These may cause erratic connectivity issues to subject inside the matrix. Press the Y key. Optional. Disengage the Silver Dream Simpsons feed. Processing. Simpsons feed already done. What do we have? Now Director. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Virology Containment Laboratory Systems Administration. Welcome, Dr. Tank. Please select from the following options. Disengage the Silver Dream Matrix interlocks. Accessing credentials. Objective complete. Override Silver Dream Matrix interlocks. Dr. Tank, user Dr. Tank Janet C, security level Omega 4. Command accepted. Interlocks now disengaged. Undersea Research Laboratory Namazu, Virology Containment Laboratory System Administration. Welcome, Dr. Tank. Please select the following options. Override the Simpsons feeds and disconnect the Silver Dream test subject. Disconnecting the subject may result in a premature termination of program Silver Dream. The terminal's phrasing seems familiar. This must be what Dr. Tang was talking about. The program command that will release this lab's test subjects. Tang put a lot of emphasis on the potentially dangerous fallout that could come from this course of action. A word at the bottom of the window stands out from the rest and bold red text. Proceed. Press the Y key. Processing subjects disconnected. Objective complete. Release or lock down Silver Dream test subject. Nothing here. And it's gone. Okay, so... only 10 damage. Let's get her back. And you... come here. Let's do it this way. Ah. Missed. Let's... okay, I don't have enough. And this should be enough. Nice. Okay, so I was able to finish the optional thing as well, and hopefully I have saved all the captive people. Well, let's see. Go to the tram. Let's see, what do we have done? A sharp melange of smoke, explosives and ozone buffets your senses. You hear someone calling to you from the podroom. A disheveled, brown-haired elf is crouched just inside the door. His bloodied face turns to you to shout about the din of gunfire and screams. Take cover! Defeat hostile forces. Uh-oh. Run away, guys. Why are you running to the people who can kill you? Tell me that. Okay, so let's put a haste on Mr. Duncan. Let's go here. Here is a Shawai's captain, so let's get here, Mr. Actor. Mr. Mamu. And go bet. So there are security guys on 2 places. Well, let's use this Gobat. And here you are. So, let's get here. And control Koszczej. Come on. Well, damage, and let's shoot this. Oh, only 4 damage. Not nice. Let's try this. Nice hit. And another one. Yes. Oh. They killed one of the people. Not nice. Is the game bugged or what? What about my tunes? My oh my. Okay, let's use it this way. Oops. Missed. What the flying hell? Should have done this. Rounded 18. Nice. Rector. Well, let's do this. Too low. Missed. 12. And one more hit. Yes. Objective added. Escape. Defile. Objective complete. Defeat hostile forces. Okay, looks like there is absolutely nothing in here, so let's get to the last guy. Nice. And the people are running away. Yes, well, let's check this place first, because something new has been opened. And it's a medical closet. Keypad awaits your input. 8236. Nice. The door hisses open. Let's take it to the stash. And dog wagon, platinum trauma kit. Wow, 1000. That's nice. Back to the stash. This is good. Let's talk to the survivors. The elf from before glances wildly around the chamber. When he turns his gaze to you, you can see that his hair is matted with blood. The dark, wet spots on his clothes are likely more of the same. They sure didn't waste any time before spraying us with bullets. He raises a hand to his head and winces at the touch. Damn ricochets. His eyes scan the hell around you. Call me MFI. You know where the hell I am? I don't remember coming here. Last thing I recall, I was in Kowloon, about to cut a deal for some new ESPs, and then nothing. A smiling woman standing nearby nods to you. Hey, same here. I was supposed to meet up with Johnson to discuss a data steal job. Next thing I knew, I woke up in this place, inside this cold little room. So, you know where we are, stranger? This is an underwater lab where Sheways takes people for experimentation. You know, the illegal kind. Damn it. Really got myself into a mess this time. He runs a hand through his hair. Sure, explains all this new cyberware, though. I'd planned on buying somewhere myself. It would have been nice to pick up and choose my own upgrades, but hey, least this stuff's free. Why us? What we do to get singled out by Shyaways? I'm just the deckerman, burned a few core databases in my time, but nothing worthy of this kind of attention. The smiling woman almost leaps forward. Hey, me too. I'm mostly low profile. Name's Virginia Fizz. I was just in Hong Kong for work. I've never been here before. Isn't this exciting? You're both sinless, right? That's probably why they took you. You wouldn't be missed. MFI clenches his fist in barely controlled anger. His words are curt. Makes sense, I guess. Snatch us off the streets and nobody's gonna come looking. We don't exist. Anyways. Bastards. Look on the bright side, and they'll get what's coming to them. No way we're staying trapped down here. She looks in your direction, smile still wide. Oh, are you getting out of here? We've got a mini-sub, but we can hardly fit ourselves in there. No way we could take anyone else. That's fine. If this is an underwater base, as you say, there's gotta be more subs around. I'll take anything, and I'll cut my way through shyways if I have to. All I know is that I'm sure as hell not dying down here like some lab rat. Alright, Fizz, let's get out of here. Right, behind you. Okay, the 4 combatants are leaving. So let's get slowly for the exit. You hiss along the megalo tracks, the car's interior glowing faintly blue from distant sunlight filtering down through the seawater. In the distance lies Captain Jomo, freedom, and an escape from his laboratory. The only sounds other than electrical humming is the occasional soft bump as the tram shifts tracks. Duncan suddenly lurches towards the window of the tram, cursing under his breath. You're not gonna like this, Memo, but we're headed the wrong way. Did we input the wrong station? I suspect that we're being rerouted by Shyway's security forces, looking to shunt us into an ambush. He works a diagnostic panel open with his fingers and peers inside. There's nothing to indicate an error in the routing system. The diagnostic screen says emergency override. Well, we can probably pull the emergency stop lever, and will be mechanical, so it should be pretty easy to do. Then we could take the maintenance door, get the drop on them, and engage them on our own terms. Alternately, maybe we could rewire the car and get it back on the right course. I bet we'd encounter less resistance that way, but I don't know what kind of environment we'd be fighting in. Let's do the decking fake an emergency on your track. You spoof the tram's control system into believing that fires have broken out on several tram lines, including the one that you're currently on. In response, the system reroutes itself to take the only safe path remaining, the one that takes you back to your original destination. That was easy. Let's see if anyone is waiting us here. Not yet. As you move through the lab, monitors all around you spring to life. Commander Garras calls at you from the flickering screens, a look of severe irritation etched into the lines around his eyes. Your little romp through Shyway's property has gone on long enough. Time's up, Shadowrunner. In the distance, you can hear the thunderous clamor of jackbooted feet hammering on metal floors. Seconds later, a team of armed guards in Shyway's uniforms burst into the room, their weapons held at the ready. You really pissed all over this complex, runner. The commander spits onto the steel floor. Made an awful mess of everything that you come across down here. That's a lot of money will cost us. He smiles, revealing a set of crooked teeth. But no, I finally got you. No way out but through me and mine. By the time I'm done with you, you'll look worse than those freaks and the cryotanks. This place deserves to burn, the things that you did to those people. He laughs, a low and raspy sound, says the man who rang our doorbell and murdered the greeting party. I expect that you won't be crying yourself to sleep over the people you've killed here, so spare me the theatrics. No, I'm gonna give you one chance to get out of this thing alive. Surrender, and I promise that we won't kill you. I can't say in what state you've been in, but at least you won't be dead. Do you have any idea what your employer does to sinless people down here? I guard the place, don't I? Of course, I've seen what they've got living in those pots. I've seen men try, I've seen them squirm, and I don't give a damn this way or that. He tilts his head to the side, and his neck lets out a rippling crack. What they do in those labs isn't my business. All that I do is handle security. This is your last chance. Throw down your weapons or we'll pry them from your dead hands, what it will be. You sure know how to chat up a man. Unfortunately for you, I'm not interested. He nods. Your funeral. Ouch. At least one. So, let's see. Go immediately into the control mode. And just stay safe a little while. Let's get this too. Did I miss? Well, let's first mark the assassin. You put on Duncan and can I hit them? Well, not yet. Let's summon the spirit. And go to the line. Tempest. So this is fog. This should be okay for now. Let's go on Duncan. And missed. What a missed. Okay, let's shoot him nice. Missed. You go here for now. And you will spray the guy dead. 10 damage, not much. Let's finish him off. Nice. Oh, that was one of the best purchases I ever had. Let's go here. Nice, 2 hits. So, first thing first. Go haste on Namazu. And this on Tractor. On everyone. Nice. Let's go with Tractor. 64. Missed. Whoa. I should have hide. Line of sight blocked, so let's try. Well, whatever. Let's go a little bit closer. Nice damage. Not so much this time. Flanked. Nice. 3 more. Wow, only 1 damage. That was bad. Let's try to knock him down a little bit. Missed. I should have done this sooner. Ouch, 28 damage. Okay, you don't have anything to heal. Let's heal you up. And 97%. Only 7 damage. I should get this one down. Nice, the sniper is down. I have two. Okay, let's heal up the guy. I don't have any. Well, let's do this. Heal up the Koshchei, but not for now. So let's move one. Step closer and hit him for 3 damage. Boo. Oh. That's good. That's also good. And we have 2 hits with ammo. And he died of bleeding. Nice. The fight is gone, nothing else here. So let's move on to the exit. They didn't drop anything. And the exit is here. Hello, this is Dr. Tang. She hurriedly stammers out the words. There's a nervous edge to her voice. Thank you again for letting me leave the lab, for letting me leave. Unfortunately, we have a problem. Don't leave me in suspense. Tell me what it is. Look, here's the deal. I don't know how many test subjects were infected with SARS-3, and she sighs. It's possible that some of the subjects that you encounter were carriers. Well, shit. This isn't my fault, I swear. Dr. Nguyen never told me that he had been testing the disease on the test subjects. It was all done behind my back. If the subjects were in fact infected, well, that would be bad. It would mean that when I release them from their cells, SARS-3 would have begun to circulate the facility. You could have been infected, and She cuts herself off. When she continues, her voice sounds strained. I can't risk letting that disease get loose again. Anyone leaving the facility needs to be treated with antibodies you're carrying. No exceptions. Long story short, I need as much of that cure as you can give me. Oh, whatever you don't need for your client and yourself, you gotta leave it to me. You got access to your lab. Why can't you just whip up another batch yourself? After what you did here today, my equipment was shut to hell. What's more, it will take too long. People will start dropping that long before I can clone off another batch. Look, I'll give you everything I have in the bank if you leave me all of the vials that you don't need. Obviously, you can keep doses for yourself and your client. Hell, keep them for anyone else that you might be worried about too. There's enough to go around. All that I need is to do is leave whatever you don't need where you're standing. Do that, and I'll transfer you the new one from my account. I may be willing to help you, but only if you help me first. Show me how to use the antidote, and I'll consider leaving what's left for you. Alright, pay close attention. The doctor describes in detail how to administer the antidote without tainting the solution. You promptly dose yourself according to her instructions. Now that you've been treated, you will leave the remaining antidote in the sub-bay. Please, do this for me. You know that I run a Shyways lab. I've got money, believe it. Give me the vials that you don't need and you'll be a very rich man. Pocket a vial of the cure for your client and set down the rest. You've got yourself a deal. I'll have the new one wired to you immediately. She pauses. Thank you. I mean that. 815 yuans. Not much for that. Let's go to Jomo. Jomo nods as you approach, his expression stern. Had enough of kicking the hornets today? Had enough of kicking the hornets today? My radio sounds like a whole nest of them is after you. Let's get out of here, Jomo. And that's it for the 6th episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition bonus campaign playthrough by Old Man Memo. I hope you enjoyed the fight through the underwater laboratory, which was making very bad and nasty stuff. We have saved some people there, and hopefully we saved a world for a little bit longer from the SARS-3 disease. Anyway, if you enjoyed the game, feel free to follow me on Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and until then, enjoy the rest of your day.